Hi, 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 Internet. Hi.
Hey, you went live.
I sure did. I sure did.
Am I joining you?
I don't know, are you?
I don't know. Do you want me to?
I don't know. Do you want to?
I thought I had to. I thought that was part of the deal
It's part of the
of being
deal
married to
of
you.
being married to me. Part of the
Oh,
dealio.
I'm hanging out.
You are so uncouth for the internet. You're internet uncouth, and you know what? It takes it takes a lack of couth to be uncouth enough
You're
to be too
uncouth.
uncouth for the internet.
You're uncouth.
What
Look!
what are your thoughts about drinks?
I don't know. What do you want?
So your thoughts that you'll get drinks?
I will get drinks. Just tell me what you want.
I would say either Dr Pepper or hot cocoa.
Well,
One or two.
it's gonna take me, like 3 minutes to make you hot cocoa,
Hi, people.
and I can't get hot cocoa here. He don't care about us anymore.
It's true. You got a girlfriend. You don't like us
He
anymore.
don't like us anymore. It's usually
But
how
also
it
I'm about
works.
to drink.
No, I understand that. That's gonna take me a few minutes.
Okay. So then the other one. See the different hand motions? This is hot choco, and this is Dr Pepper. So they're different. They're different because you hold them differently.
Of course you
All right, so let's make fun of a few things here, everybody. While we're waiting for some more people, we got one or two on right now. Hello, one or two people that are here already. We're gonna.
There
make
should be a lot of people.
Well, not necessarily yet. Loki, stop biting. So let's see what we got here. Let's see. All right, there's a couple things to make fun of today. One of them is it actually makes me sad. And that is the first thing we're going to make fun of, which is $400 have several paintball items to sell, including paintballs and helmets and tanks. Price above is for all items. So he says he has paintballs, which I guarantee you're no good. I know that because they're never any good, unless he bought them, last week. Helmets, and that just further proof that the paintballs are old because he obviously hasn't played in a long time. He doesn't know they're called face masks. And tanks, which, given the guns that are available, and the one that I see there, they're CO2 tanks, so they're no good anyway. So we have a Spider. What is that? A TLX?
Yes.
Yeah, Spider TLX. That's worth legitimately nothing. In fact, you could take that to a paintball place and they would not take it from you.
This is what I don't
They would say,
understand.
no, we won't take it. Go ahead, tell me what you want. I don't understand.
First of all, and I said this last year, and I'm going to keep saying it.
Yeah.
Nobody wants your stupid paintballs.
No one wants your paintballs.
Stop selling them.
So stop selling them.
Two, you have all of this old equipment. Instead of being greedy and trying to get $400 for a mask I wouldn't spend $2 on, why don't you give it to kids Paint the World?
But they probably don't know about Paint the World. I'm sure that's why. Second, they have a Titman 98 Custom. This is probably worth, I don't know, maybe $20. A couple of face masks. By the looks of them, oh, I don't know. The one you could probably get away with. The other ones I would not wear onto the field.
The closest one to us, that one.
No, that one I would wear probably. And then an MRI. Is that what it is? Either way, that one's
It
worth
looks like an MRI.
probably $10 or so. So we're looking at maybe $30 worth of equipment here that they're selling for $400.
Where does this person live? Dalton agrees. You hold both of those very differently.
You do hold them differently. Thank you for backing me up on that, Dalton.
I didn't disagree with you.
So anyone watching this later, Dalton said you hold hot chocolate and Dr. Pepper differently. All right, so that one is like ridiculously bad. $400. What are you thinking? I don't. It's worth
Greedy.
maybe $30.
Greedy. Going into the new year, greedy.
So then we have another spider.
Those are nice cases.
Oh, those two spiders?
I don't think that's a spider.
Piranha? Is that a piranha?
Yeah, it's a piranha.
For sale, 2 paintball guns with cases, tanks, and a few boxes of paintballs. $100 or best offer takes all. Kids are too spelled incorrectly, old, and don't play with anymore. All right, well, yeah.
Why are you too old?
Well, I would say that this case might be worth $5-10, and in this case, it's probably worth
Well, that's a nice case.
10,
That's very
15
similar
bucks.
to your case, just single gun wise.
Yeah. So we're looking at maybe $30 to $40 worth of equipment here, including the guns, but not $100. And no one wants your damn paintballs.
Nobody wants your paintballs.
No one wants your paintballs.
Specifically, you state that they don't play anymore, which means those paintballs have to be at least 6 months old. I don't want your paintballs that are over a month old. I definitely don't want 6-month-old paint.
All right, now this person up in Grove City is trying to sell. I don't know what kind of gun that is. This mask is no good. It's another one of those ones where you couldn't pay me enough to wear it.
It also has
Oh,
a
it's
lot
a
of
Spider Imagine.
holes.
It's a cheap one, that's why. It does come with a JT Revolution. That's a good loader. Brand new is $25, I think. So that, and it doesn't go bad. So that's a good loader. No good tank. The marker is probably worth $5, maybe $10 at most. And then the loader is worth like $2 or $3. So you're looking at, I don't know, maybe $35 worth of equipment here at most, and they're asking $100. So there's that one. Then, as per usual, they're still trying to sell those 2 Brass Eagle paintball masks that, again, you could not pay me enough money to wear onto the field.
Also, gloves. You can get $10 paintball gloves, which are the same as airsoft gloves. Maybe have a little bit more padding for $10. Like, why are you
Now, these are nicer than those ones you're talking about, but yes, you can get brand new ones for less. You can get them for $5. These are nicer than that, in that they're a little bit more flexible, but still not worth 10. What's this one?
I don't know.
An Ion. Okay, so this is an Ion. Decent mask. Old paint. He's given away a scuba tank with a compressor, so that's actually pretty good. That scuba tank with compressor is actually worth quite a bit. So $400 might not be crazy for this one.
$2,500 paintballs.
Yeah, those are no good. But the tank. Now you have to see the date on that tank, but that could be worth it there. And that's what we're gonna make fun of today. So we're gonna move on from that. We're done making fun of stuff now. So because there's nothing else to make fun of at the moment. Okay. So make that go away. Alright, so I have a little story to tell today. What story?
You have a story?
I have a story.
Do I know
it's
this
story time.
It's story time?
You do know this story. In fact, you're involved in this story.
Oh, yay.
As you are in most of my stories, because you follow me around all the time.
That is not true.
It is pretty true.
I do not follow you. Put a leash on me and drag me.
Do I? Is that how it goes? I'm just going to pause for a second and note that our insurance salesman has says that he wants the paintballs. I hope you're joking.
Well, maybe he wants to go practice in the backyard.
Maybe, I don't know.
But
probably
the
that
fact
paint is
that
probably not
he
good even for that.
asked if he should buy a spider, no.
I think he was...
shouldn't.
See the laughy face?
Ah,
He was kidding with that.
okay.
And he said I should.
I know your story because I know the context of the title of this live.
Okay, you tell the story. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
Tell the
I
story.
don't want to tell. It won't mean as much if I tell the story, but I am aware of the story I think you're about to tell. So go ahead. I'm not going to ruin your spotlight.
Also, will you get out my scorekeeper? I'll show that off too. It's in the case there.
The case or the suitcase?
The suitcase. Okay, so story time. So we went to play on Saturday, and we It was a good time. It was really warm, but that's neither here nor there. We went out onto.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. Is it in a specific compartment?
It's in the big one. It's in the big part.
The big part.
It's just laying there in the big part. And we went up to Vietnam. We went to P3. Went to Vietnam. A-Dog and I were on opposite teams. We were the whole day. And I think at this point it was 7-on-8 or 7-on-6. Something like that. And I run up to one of the tiki huts, and A-Dog is the bunker in front of me.
So if you've ever been to Vietnam, the tiki hut that is right next to the plane.
This means nothing to anyone.
I don't know who's listening to us.
She's in tires in front of me. She has no idea I'm there. She's shooting at someone across the field. If you knew I was there, then why didn't you shoot me?
I did shoot you. I tried to shoot you. I missed. Go on, continue your story.
Anyway, she doesn't even know that she doesn't know I was there. And so I'm like, this is the perfect opportunity to do what I need to do. So we're gonna pause there with the story and back up and give some story from some pre-story. What's that called? What's that called? What's a pre-story called?
A pre-story? I don't know a pre-story.
Prologue. That's it.
Prologue?
We're gonna give some prologue to the story. Come on now, follow me along here. Help me.
I am following you along. I was never an English major. I don't know what's going on.
I had decided earlier that morning, you know what? I've never killed A-Dog with my sword. I've never done it.
Okay.
I decided that was a bad thing and it needed a change. So my 2019 resolution as of Saturday morning is that sometime within this year, I'm going to get a kill on A-Dog with my sword.
Can I have some prologue after you're done with your
prologue? Go ahead. My prologue's done. Go ahead. Tell your prologue.
So, beginning of the day, nobody was at the field.
Will you let him in? Why is he locked out?
Because he was biting my butt.
Biting your butt? Well, now he's just being annoying, so... Okay, tell your prologue.
So, we're on Black Forest with the Spindles. If you've ever been to P3. And we're playing one-on-one. And I know I'm far side of the field.
Is this related to the story?
Yes, it is. It's related to the story completely. And I'm sitting there waiting to see him move. And I can't hear him and I have no idea where he is. And I just keep looking off to my side thinking he's going to flank me and kill me with a sword. He did not.
I did not. But anyway, back to the real story here. So, she has no idea I'm there. I'm about 15 feet away from her. So I pull out my sword. I extend it. Get in my position. I'm just about to run at her. And someone behind her by 30 or 40 feet yells to her. So they say, hey, you behind the tires. He's right in front of you. He's right in front of you. And so that person called me out. They said I was there, so there was no point in trying anymore. So I was like, well, crap. Now she knows I'm there. So I started shooting at her. And after 2 or 3 shots at her, I think I hit her hopper once. Then you started shooting at me again. Or for the first time.
You didn't hit my hopper. I heard people shooting from my left side and hitting the tires. And then I looked and I saw that you were at the bunker.
Correct. But before that, I was already there, and you didn't know it.
Because that stupid green hopper man.
So...
hate him, but I like him at the same time.
I unfortunately did not get to sword her.
Okay.
She did get out, not from me. Someone else managed to shoot her from across the field.
In the mask right here.
So it was very upsetting. I was very angry at the person that yelled to her that I was there, who apparently she didn't even hear, so I should have just done it anyway. But I didn't know that. I knew that he said he told her I was there, so I assumed she realized I was there. Obviously not. So that's quite saddening. And then I'm made even more angry by the fact that actually was my best game of the day. And or at least tied for best game. It might not have been the very best, but it was definitely tied for the best game of the day. And my camera wasn't on, so
I think
that's upsetting.
Gladiator. I thought that was your best game.
It's between those two. It's
Although
either
I think you had more kills on Vietnam.
I had more kills on the Vietnam, but I don't know. They're pretty even, but that video will come out. I'll release that video of Gladiator. But obviously I can't release the video of me almost sorting A-Dog because I wasn't recording, and I'm very upset about it. I did press the button, but apparently it was on picture mode, so it just took a picture instead of recording. Loki!
He likes to play with Alfred.
He does, but Alfred is way too loud.
Alfred is loud. Alfred's our Roomba, by the way. You're just gonna make him angry.
Yeah, he'll get over it. So that was my story. Did everyone enjoy story time? And if you didn't, too bad. So that was my ruined resolution. I still obviously have, 11 and a half months to fulfill it. But usually A-Dog and I are on the same team.
Yeah, we are.
So, it does... Maybe I'll just have to start making sure I'm on the opposite team so that I...
That means that I get Jim, though.
Only when we play with Jim, yeah.
Exactly, but I still get Jim, and I'm okay with it.
Well,
I will
thank you,
gladly
Jake from State Farm.
let you sword kill me if I get to be with Jim.
But you can't let me. I have to actually get it.
Well, I'm not going to let you do anything. Please. I'm too competitive for that.
Why are you licking my feet, dog? You're weird.
It's just...
You're weird.
You're blocking his Alfred accessibility.
You're a weird pup.
Well...
Licking my feet. So, the other day, I don't remember if I actually showed this or not, but
no,
I
you didn't, because you didn't.
So I talked about my old one,
You got
and
this on Christmas.
we were discussing keeping score on the field and everything.
The
and
paintball fairy brought this to you.
one of the concerns that not only I had, but also Alex brought this up.
Oh. Oh, baby.
That if I write on my armband with dry erase marker, if a paintball hits it, it's going to come right off. So the paintball fairy brought me a new one, which has it opens. It does that. So I can do many things with this now. One of which is keep score on the nice little grid that A-Dog has made for me. It's got wins, losses, kills, assists, flags, hangs or objectives, deaths, and number of players. So I can track that all while we go out to the field. Just mark down as I go. And then after the game, I transfer it onto the paper, erase it just with my finger, and go back out. But then it does look, because it's got layers to it, I can still keep the map of the field and then objectives and stuff inside, and keep score all in the same band, which is awesome. And then my old one, A-Dog will use, and she can just have a map because she doesn't tend to keep track on the field, unless you want to start doing that.
No, I don't. I don't got patience to do that.
I ain't got time for that.
Also, before the scorekeeping started, you wanted this for
I
Ion.
did, specifically for Ion.
So that you could have more than one map. Because there's usually 2 maps for Ion. Well, like, there's the main map, but then there's a smaller map. I don't know.
No, it's not 2 maps. There's the map, and then there's the schedule. It's the prop schedule. That's what I wanted it for.
Oh, so that's originally why you wanted one.
But then the scorekeeping idea happened, and so this works out very well for that. Because I used to only wear this for scenarios. I would have the game map on there so I knew where things would be. But this one I now will wear all the time because I keep track of my score on here. So
you can also, specifically for Mission Masters, how they have the objective map.
The overall map and the objective map.
You can stick that in there for each objective.
That is also true. So
if you decide to do
basically that. I can have 3 different things on this now. One of them is always going to be my score, but then I have 2 more flaps I can use for whatever I'm doing that day. So that's nice. That's exciting. So thank you, love.
You're welcome, love.
So that's like what I had to talk about today. I'm all out of things to talk about. Do you got anything to talk about?
I don't know. Do you want to mention our meeting?
We had a meeting. Anything else?
I don't know. I figured we would discuss, some major topics of that meeting.
Oh. You just said that we mentioned that we had a meeting.
Well,
which we did. We had a meeting.
There's
There we go. Move on.
We had a meeting. I don't know. That's what I said last week when I was only on here for 23 minutes. That Clark liked to point out that I was only on here for 23 minutes. But, I got things to do, Clark. I got places to be.
No, you just didn't have anything to talk about.
No, I had a place to go to. I was hanging out with Little Ferk.
Whatever. Little Ferk is not as important as the interweb people.
Little Ferk's my only outside friend.
Outside friend?
Actually, no. She's my only girlfriend.
You mean she lives outside? Is that what
she lives outside, yes, in the woods, like her brother, with the deers.
That's true. They are deer.
But she's my only girlfriend. The rest I hang out with either semi-adult boys or you.
All right. Let's not dig deeper into that one.
I'm either on a paintball field with our team, and half of them are under 18, or her.
So one thing that we did talk about at the meeting that A-Dog and I have not discussed, but Eric and I have a little bit. We decided at the meeting that we were going to get somewhat involved in speedball. We didn't go into detail too much about how involved in speedball we were going to go. In my mind, it was, 1, maybe 2 speedball tournaments that are going to be here in the area, hopefully. Like last year, P3 had 2 speedball tournaments with the Seeds series, a 5-man and a 3-man.
Okay.
So I thought maybe if they do that again, we would play those. But I guess Eric took it as we were going to be more involved than that. Like, he thought we were going to, be speedballers. Which is not really something I want. I'm not necessarily against it, but it's definitely not something I'm going to seek out on my own. But that's something that maybe we should talk about. I'd be fully willing to even have a Dunedain speedball team that's separate than the main team, and only the people that are interested in actually doing it do that. And it's a completely different roster and everything. So that's something that we need to talk about, maybe.
And this is no offense to Minion, I don't see Minion being a speedball player. And not that he couldn't do it, or not that he's not. It has nothing to do with his skill. Based on how he plays scenarios, I don't see him enjoying speedball based on the way he plays scenarios. I could be wrong.
Yeah, but it's a different environment. It's the same for me, don't you think?
I think no. I think overall you're just amazing. So I'm biased towards you. I'm biased towards you in life, though, not just paintball. But you don't have a flag or a prop in speedball. I just don't.
Depends on what version.
Or a shield. So I just don't. And it is nothing. I'm not saying anything against Minion. Any means. That's not negative towards Minion at all. I just don't. To me, I don't see him being a speedball player.
Okay, we'll take that up with him.
But whatever he wants to do, it's his life. I'm not going to stop him
In
from
any
playing
case,
speedball.
that's something that those of you who are on the team can think about and let me know. Get back to me what you think as far as just how involved into speedball you want to get. Were you thinking more like me, where we'd play 1, maybe 2 if they came to the area? Or were you thinking like getting into it and like having an actual speedball type team or subset of our team? where you know have weekly practices and you actually go and compete and try to make a go of it. So, or somewhere between.
I need to mention Dalton's comment.
Yeah, mention it.
So absolutely nothing against it. There's a reason why I hang out with men. They're and why I only have one woman friend.
You gotta tell the people what it says.
Okay, so it says you make a team full of guys sound bad, but I could definitely get behind more women on the team, or on the them.
On the them.
On the them. We've had associate players who have been females, and I've never had an issue.
Throughout the years, we've had 3 others. Ashley, and Melissa. Oh, 4. Kayla. Or Kaylee. That's the one.
And then Desi.
Oh, so 5. We've had 5 others, either members or associated players, throughout the years.
And Melissa just likes to, sit there, have people come to her, shoot. And when she's done, she's done. And she came to Ion and she had a great time, and we always have fun, but she's not gonna go do it every weekend. I don't think she really wants to be in the team environment. Kaylee really enjoyed it, but she moved.
She done did move.
She moved, so
she up and left us. She done RUN and OFT.
Desi, we don't speak of Desi.
Mostly because she doesn't speak to us.
That's true. Ashley, both Ashleys. The one Ashley lives in Clearfield, and I couldn't tell you the last time I spoke to her, which is a shame, because she was my BFF back in the day when we were bebes. And then the other Ashley, you pissed her off because you asked for money.
That she owed me.
How
dare I? How dare I?
She got very angry, and then it resulted back into it turned into something about paintball. And then
because she owed me. It's because in the past I had apparently misinterpreted or told the wrong sum or something. Essentially, anytime we go to an event, I try to tell people as good of an estimate as I can of what the costs will be, but it's always an estimate until after.
I think you don't include air. When you tell somebody a price, it's never including air, and they don't think it's they think it's including air, and then they realize they have to pay for air. But she paid you money for headsets, and you had not given everybody their headset yet because not everybody had paid. And then there was a birthday incident, which we're not going to go into because it does not need to be rehashed by any means, and that's not why anything be brought up. But then she was like, well, forget this. You can keep the headset. And she got very angry, and she decided that she wanted nothing to do with Dunedain anyway. So I'm the only girl that has stuck around. Yet it's real easy to stick around when you're married to the team captain. I really don't have to. I always have a ride.
You do.
I'm always involved. Because he talks, even if I wasn't a part of this team, you would talk to me anyway about it. Might as well just be part of the team and go play, because I already know everything.
True that. She knows everything. Yeah, you don't think much of yourself, do you?
I mean, you tell me everything that you're going to tell the peoples, unless you don't know what you're going to tell the peoples yet.
What's up, Pop? Loki likes to guest star every once in a while.
But I'm all about hanging out with guys because they're easier than hanging out with women.
True that. So let's see. That was one thing. That we talked about. Another thing we talked about was what kind of events we're going to go to this year. And it seems like, and I'm hoping, I've been hopeful of this, for the last 3 years, but I'm really hopeful this year. It seems like it's going to happen, that we're going to have a real team showing at Ion. So, Dalton, you said that it's looking pretty good that you'll be there, but you're not sure yet. Colin and Eric said that they are fully planning on being there. Clark said he wants to be there, but he's still contingent on finding someone old enough to go with him. I don't know about Jake from State Farm. Jake from State Farm, what were your thoughts on Ion? I think it's scary.
He does have. He does have somebody that would go to Ion.
Right, but whether or not he wants to go, that's different. That's the question. He seemed scared about it.
I'm telling you, I need my jersey, and I need to get in that stripper tent so I can get the dollar bills. Forget that stripper. She's probably real expensive. I'll give you a good lap dance. Just have some dollar bills flying at me. Why are you
That's not
looking?
age appropriate. That's not age appropriate.
Well, the people who can't get into the stripper tent if they're not age appropriate.
So you're going to do it for them? That's not age appropriate.
What? I'm not going to go into the stripper tent because I'm not going to film the stripper tent. I'm going to go in. Or maybe I'll just have my own stripper tent set up.
Anyway. Why are you afraid of A-Dog in the tent? I don't understand that comment. You mean you're afraid of her in the stripper tent that you're not invited to because you're way too young for the stripper tent? Or are you talking about you're afraid that she's going to strangle you to death in your sleep? Because if it's that one, yeah, I agree. Sometimes I worry about that too.
That is mean. You're the one that puts all of his weight on me when we sleep. Could strangle me.
Stop being such a good body pillow. So, Jake, you're going to have to explain that comment to me.
I'm very confused.
I'm also very confused, hence my saying I was confused. Oh, strangling in the tent? Strangely in the tent. I think he means strangling.
Why would I strangle you? That would put me in jail. And you're not worth jail time, bub.
Oh, snap!
Just saying. Not a lot of people are worth jail time.
She said you're not worth it.
Although, with the way Orange is the New Black, the most recent season, get myself a nice jail cell, I'm okay with it. What?
I can feel the heat of his burn through the internet. It's coming through the internet. The heat on his burn.
You should get some aloe for that. Or some butter.
Oh, here's a big announcement from the meeting. I'm gonna have to get up the roster here. So the roster has officially changed for the team.
Your mommy commented on a photo and a link for Dunedain.
She did. She did indeed. So
Go, Mama Andre, go.
Roster has officially changed from what it was to as follows. Official team members. Myself, A-Dog, Minion, Colin, Dalton, and Clark. That is all of the team members official as of 2019 so far in the year. And then we have a whole list of associated players. And so we defined what the difference was there between members and associated players. And none of you really need to worry about this unless you're on the team or want to be on the team. But essentially the difference is that full members can participate in any sponsorships that we have, and associated players cannot. So we have Hot Cocoa, we have Luke, we have Ray, John, Ferk, Jake from State Farm, Melissa, Taters, and Fred.
You need to update our awards.
I did update the awards.
Oh,
That's
you
not
did?
all
Oh,
of
it
them.
says Seymour. Okay, I'm sorry.
It says Seymour. And then we've got a whole list.
That's a lot of awards.
We've made a lot of awards throughout the years, yes. We've won many. Many awards. Congratulations to us. What? What?
MVP Nick?
What?
What's this one?
Yes, Hot Cocoa got most valuable player.
He also got best rap for Minion or Mayan. So if you're including that,
I don't
you
really
don't
count
have
that.
to.
What, Loki? Why are you
Potato
crying?
bug. Potato bug. Potato bug. Potato bug.
What?
Because it's couch time.
What, babe? We do this every Wednesday. It's not new. It's not new. It's not new at all. Do you want to say hi to the people? Do you want to eat gummy bears?
Oh, another thing. Member wise, I spoke to John from P3, and not that you have to do this by any means, but if you want to ref at P3, speaking to John, he typically says 16 to 18 is the youngest. He also makes it dependent on maturity level and being vocal on the field and, you know, being very expressive, because you're going to have to deal with a lot of different age groups. I know that, I think Elle, she's 16. She may be 17 at this point. But she does all the kid parties. I always do bachelor parties. You do an array. But, like, they have refs for specific parties in general. I don't know about open play. I don't ref open play. But he said 16. So if you are under 16 and you want to talk to him, you can email. His email is info@pittsburghpaintballpark.com, and just ask him. Set up a meeting.
Or message him on Facebook. He'll answer that
Facebook.
Too. In regards to you, Jake, on you want to get on, but you don't have enough money. It's actually not as expensive as you might think. Last year, I believe, for the dog, that hurt me. Not last year. The year before last year, there were 4 of us that went.
There were 5 of us that went.
Ow. Not, no.
Melissa, Fred,
it's the first year there were
me,
4 of
and
us.
Ray. And the 5 of us,
No,
Ray was there.
Yeah, Ray, Fred, Melissa, you. Okay.
So all together, we
Hey! Stop it!
with food and gas, and we used Melissa's vehicle and one of our vehicles. It was like $236 per person. Now, this year...
And I believe that included food, gas, entry, paint, air.
And you did a service fee.
And I did like a $5 service fee because I did all the work.
And then we subtracted from Melissa and we subtracted from Fred because Fred bought lunch on the way back. We used Melissa's car. But
yeah,
this
so
past year...
You can bet on it being less, definitely less than $300. But I would even say less than $250, depending on how many of us go and how many cars we need to use, so on and so forth. And that's all included. So it's actually not as expensive as you might think. And it's still expense. Like, I'm not going to tell you it's cheap, because it's definitely not.
Also, we always count our paint. We usually, like, make a list of how many boxes, give it to our command leader, and him or someone else goes up during half-price paint day.
But that's still included in the price.
But that's still included. Yes, it's still included. But it also is dependent on how much paint you want to shoot. So you make it your own when you go to Ion. You can play as little or as much as you want to.
Sure enough, if you take a pump with you and that's all you use all weekend, you don't even need a box of paint. And you should buy it. You should buy a whole box.
I don't think I used a lot of paint.
That's a tough question, Dalton.
So we bought, 5 boxes. We only used 2.5.
Yeah.
And you played Saturday and used old paint.
Yeah, so we would have used 3. But so Dalton asked how much paint do I usually use for Ion, or does someone usually use? And again, that's going to depend on the type of player. But yeah, we bought 5 and sold 2 of them to other people. So we used 3 between the 2 of us.
The beach, what you're gonna?
I usually get 1 box for the beach and 1 to 1.5 boxes for the rest of the time.
Because if you are running missions back and forth, or you're not going to be in a fight the entire day.
Actually, yeah, in 2018, I probably used less paint than I did the 2 years before that, because I did a whole lot of running back and forth, as we've discussed in the past. I brought a lot of props forward, and so I did a lot of walking. So I probably used less paint than I would have otherwise. But Dalton, yeah, you do shoot more than me. So, 4 boxes would not be unusual. Jake from State Farm says, "Do you need insurance for Ion? I can sell you some insurance."
Also, I would buy a box or two extra, and our friend Ryan, who we sold it to,
or multiple. There's always people there that can take
they
paint from
go
you for a discounted price.
to Britain or Berlin, whatever you want to call it. They go to the series. So Ryan goes to the one in March and goes to the one in October, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll take this paint." So you can always find somebody that is going to go to the other series,
And
or
you
who
won't
lives
get
up there.
you won't get full price for it. You know, if you pay $60 for the case, they're only going to give you 45 or something like that. But you're at least not losing all of the money. And it makes sense they wouldn't, because it's old by then. You know, they're taking it discounted because it's discount paint.
How well did our paint hold up? The old stuff.
It wasn't anywhere near as bad as I thought it might be, but I wouldn't call it good by any means.
But you used it for Castle Nights, so you didn't use it for the actual.
Right.
So, you know,
I should have used it on the beach, is what I should have done.
It's technically 3 days. We had a lot of extra paint left from the year prior, and so we put them in sealed, like, Tupperware
I
containers.
believe we had 2 full boxes left over from the year prior, from 2017. And the reason for that was, at least one of the boxes, I think both boxes were for a player that we used to have on the team that we don't talk about anymore. And this is part of why. He told me he was going to Ion, and I said, "Are you sure? Because I'm buying entry and I'm buying paint. This is how much it is. Are you sure you're going?" He said, "Yes, absolutely." So I bought everything, and I was like, "This is how much you owe me." And then about not even a month, it was maybe 3 weeks before Ion, he was like, "Yeah, I hope you didn't buy the entry yet, because I can't go."
Is this what I think it is?
Well, depends on who you think it is.
We'll talk about it later. 'Cause his name doesn't
And I was like, "Yeah, I did that like 4 months ago, which is why I confirmed with you 8 times that you were sure you were going." So yeah, that's part of why, if anyone ever wonders why I will not buy things for people without getting the money ahead of time, you can thank him for that. I don't mind at all. In fact, it's a lot of times easier for me just to purchase all the entry, all the food, arrange all the this, that, and the other thing, but I won't actually do that for anyone until I collect your money. It's the same with the jerseys and t-shirts and things like that. I will do all that work for you, but you have to give me the money ahead of time. Because so with Ion, everybody that's asking about Ion, after ADOG and I figure out the approximate how much approximately it will cost based on who's going, so on and so forth, we're going to charge you more than that, expecting to give you money back.
And I take care of all the money, and you will get. I am one of those people. I don't like to have arguments over money. I don't like to ask you for more money.
We keep good track. We have all the receipts and everything. So like last year,
very detailed.
Or not last year, the year before that, it ended up being what, $236, and we charged everyone $250, and then gave them all refunds. It ends up working out better that way.
Also with Ion, and we noticed this last year, paint is $100 if you, let's say we decided to go this weekend. Paint's $100 for a box, correct? On their website for Ion, they say it's $75. This past year, it was $85.
Yep, they changed it. I don't know how they get away with that.
So the best bet is, and Doug always lets us know this, hey, half price paint is this day. I have somebody going up. This is the money you owe. How many boxes do you want? And here's what you owe me. And it's that simple. And then because when we got there, we gave our money to Doug, and when we got there, paint was ready and prepared for us, and I just took it from Doug. But
Bye, Dalton.
Bye, Dalton. With food, last year, or this past year, I spent $30 on food for us. And that was a whole box of pancake mix. Now, I suggest this year that we put everything in plastic and not any, because the pancake mix should go into one of those plastic containers that we have that we put the paint in, because that box got destroyed. the box that it rains every time we're there. So I feel that everything needs to go into plastic.
Anyway, we will have an Ion themed meeting. Anyone that's going to Ion will be required to be there. But that won't be till, May or June. So, start saving your money. For that, start saving your money.
Also, with Ion,
Hell, if you work for one weekend, if you ref for one weekend, you're
both
good
days,
to go. That pays it.
1 or 2 days, yeah.
I think the dog wants out.
But also, the better you know ahead for Ion, the cheaper it is. So, like, come, I think, June 21st, it goes up by, what, $5? I don't know. I think it's $5. But that is why we're discussing Ion now. And if you ref during any of the scenarios or the camp that we're doing this year, you're going to get paid for that. Where did he go, Lokadoo? Where did he go? Isn't it $5 more if you buy your Ion ticket after June 21st?
Yes, the price goes up after a certain time.
Wasn't it June 21st?
I think it's May 27th. I don't know. In any case, I keep an eye on all that, and I'll let you guys know as it comes.
Have you bought
No.
tickets yet?
You leave Alfred be. He's too loud. What?
Have you bought your ticket yet?
No.
Your ticket? Okay, I wasn't sure what you were doing.
Because you told me you weren't going to go, so I haven't bought
But
anything
now, I need my jersey, and I need the stripper tent. I don't
yet.
even have to
You knew about
play.
all that when you told me you didn't want to go.
Well, I want my jersey now.
So now you're definitely going.
I'm going, and I'm getting my jersey, and I'm going to win another... I'm going to get another ring and win another Ion, because I'm a selfish, competitive bitch, and I can't let my Dougie down.
Well,
My ginger
does
Dougie.
anyone have anything they would like to discuss, talk about, ask questions?
Where's our other peoples?
I don't know, man.
Because I'm going to start kicking people off the team.
They have...
I mean, they don't... I mean,
other
they can...
videos. They have plenty of time to watch.
Listen, peoples who are watching, so you remember. Because I don't know if you're watching. Now, Dalton and Jake from State Farm have already done this, so you don't have to worry about it. But you know who you are. Colin, Minion, Clark. I better see a comment. I'm kicking you off right now. Associated player.
You're pretty.
I am pretty.
Okay, well then, if we have nothing else, then that's all for the evening. New video is already uploaded. It's ready to go for next week. I actually just uploaded the week after as well because I'm getting ready. We're going to Hawaii in a week and a half now.
We leave the 18th, so not even a week and a half.
So I have to, preload a bunch of videos. I'm further ahead now than I've ever been before. Yeah, so the next 2 weeks are up, and I don't know if we're going to go live on Hawaii or not because it's, 8-hour difference?
6.
So it's going to be very dependent on what's going on.
Yeah, we would have to do 2 p.m.
2 p.m. our time, so
Yeah.
it depends. We may... If we do, it'll be probably pretty short, but...
I mean, we could go live.
We actually did look into playing paintball, Jake from State Farm, in Hawaii, but there's only one field on the island that we're going to, which is the Big Island. There's only one field, and it's 2 hours away.
And they're only open on Sundays.
Or what, an hour and a half?
An hour and a half.
It's an hour and a half away from where we're staying, and it's only open on Sundays, so...
To play.
It's only open one day that we're there, and... It's only open 2 days that we're there, the 2 Sundays, so it has to be one of those 2 days, and it's an hour and a half away. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I want to... It's the only time I've ever been to Hawaii. I've never been to Hawaii before. I'm not sure I want to use an entire day to go play paintball.
And we would have to use an entire day.
Yeah, if it was closer, if it was a half hour away from where we're staying, I'd absolutely go. If it was on the way, like if we were going somewhere near there anyway, I'd absolutely go.
See, the thing is that it's near to things that we're going to do, and his parents who we're going with are very supportive. They're like, well, you can go, but then we miss out on things that
we want to do.
That are only in Hawaii. Like, I can go play paintball anywhere. I don't need to go play in Hawaii. It would have been really cool to check that off, say, hey, we played in a field in Hawaii. But it's definitely not on my to-do list, considering that this will probably be the one and only time we're in Hawaii.
At least for the foreseeable future. But in any case, everybody have a good night.
And we'll be back next week.